Vanadium is a hard, silvery grey, ductile and malleable transition metal. It is not found as a free metal in nature, however it does occur naturally in about 65 different minerals. It originates from primary sources including ores, concentrates, metallurgical slags and petroleum residues. When vanadium is extracted from ores, it readily oxidizes to vanadium oxide, economically known as vanadium pentaoxide. Oxides of vanadium include patronite, vanadinite, and carnotite. However, these are rare. So the more commonly mined vanadium oxide ores include magnetite, ilmenite, and rutile. China, Russia, and South Africa were the top global producers of vanadium in 2017. In South Africa, the vanadium is found within the Bushveld Igneous Complex. The Bushveld Igneous Complex contains a resource of about 440 million tons, at a grade of about 2% V2O5. It is mined as vanadium pentaoxide and the alloy ferrovanadium. There are two types of vanadium deposits: endogenetic deposits, in which the concentration of the ore is caused by interior processes that take place in the earth. They are formed by hydrothermal, magmatic, or metaphogenic processes. They occur in large reserves but are of low V2O5 concentration. The concentration of ores within exogenetic deposits are caused by processes at or above the Earth's surface, such as sedimentation or weathering. These deposits contain a higher concentration of V2O5 but are rarer and include the rare vanadium oxides. Shown on the screen is the atomic structure of magnetite. Vanadium strongly partitions into magnetite. Thus, vanadium is often found as a substitute for iron in magnetite and in the ferromagnesium silicate minerals formed during primary magmatic processing. Mafic rocks are typically more enriched in vanadium relative to most intermediate and felsic rocks, with concentrations ranging between 200 and 1000 ppm. In ultramafic rocks, vanadium content generally reflects the abundance of minerals such as iron, titanium, and chromite or oxides, and pyroxene. In iron oxides, titanium commonly substitutes for iron in the crystal structure. Because the titanium ion Ti4+ has no unpaired spins and is a different size, the magnetic properties of titanomagnetite are different from magnetite with no titanium. Ti4+ substitutes for a trivalent iron. In order to maintain charge balance, another trivalent Fe ion turns into a divalent Fe ion. The extraction of vanadium is complicated as it can go through many processes. Pure vanadium is difficult to produce as it is readily contaminated by other elements. Processes to produce the pure metal include calcium reduction, thermal decomposition, solvent extraction, electrolytic binding, roasting and leaching, and ion exchange. The general uses of vanadium include metallurgical and chemical applications. These include redox batteries, as well as an additive to hardened steel alloys. Vanadium compounds are used in oxidation catalysts for the production of sulfuric acid and the cracking of petroleum products in the chemical industry. Due to its high temperature strength, vanadium is applied in superalloy industry for making turbine blades and jet engines. It is also used as a stabilizer in titanium and aluminum alloys in the aerospace industry. Now looking where vanadium is mined in South Africa, the Bushveld Igneous Complex. The BIC intruded into the Transvaal Basin around 2.05 billion years ago. It is the largest mafic to ultramafic intrusion in the world and covers an area of about 66,000 km². It is divided into 4 different limbs: the northern, southern, eastern, and western limbs. It comprises of the underlying Rustenburg layer suite, overlain by the Rustrup granophyre suite, the Boer granite suite, and covered by the Rooiberg felsic lavas. It boasts the world's largest reserves of platinum group elements, with vast quantities of iron, tin, chromium, titanium, and vanadium. Within the contact metamorphic aureole, it hosts the world's largest Andalusite resources. The Rustenburg layer suite is made up of the basinal Archean granite marginal zone, subsequently overlain by the lower, critical, main, and upper zones. The economically significant areas within the Rustenburg layer suite include the chromite layers in the critical zone, the PGEs in the Merensky reef situated between the critical and the main zones, and the magnetite layers in the upper zone. Within the upper zone, there are 20 meters of pure magnetite layers distributed within a 2,000 meter thick sequence of magnetite-bearing gabbroic and gabbronoid rocks. These layers are massive and contain up to 95% vanadium. The magnetite is mined for iron and vanadium. There are 25 magnetite layers in the eastern limb of the bushveld, 21 in the northern limb, and 10 in the western limb. The layers follow considerable distance along strike, i.e. 120 kilometers in the eastern limb, 200 kilometers in the western limb, and 100 kilometers in the northern limb.
Okay, cool. So we are in the eastern part of the bushveld, and we are currently standing on a magnetite layer. And as you can see, it has a sharp contact with the what is it, gabbronorite or anorthosite?
Anorthosite sounds correct.
Okay. And you can tell that so within the eastern part of the bushveld we have 25 magnetite layers, and these layers follow considerable distance along strike, and within the eastern part it follows 120 kilometers along strikes. Layers range in thickness from about 10 centimeters to about 10 meters, and they have different variable percentages of silica and plagioclase, but the dominant composition of these rocks is your Titan ferrous magnetite.
The mineralization models proposed by Harney et al. 1990 and Merkel and von Grunwald 1986 strongly indicates that the magnetite layers formed in response to a magma mixing event, which resulted either from a breakdown of density stratified liquid layers or an influx of a small volume of new magma. These models are supported by cyclic variation evidence reflected in whole rock geochemistry and the composition of pentadite and olivine, together with changes in PG patterns and the strontium content of plagioclase. Magnetite layers are dependent on the floor of the magma chamber after saturation of titanium magnetite and fractionated basaltic magma. Formation of magma iron titanium oxide requires phase segregation and density segregation of dense oxide cumulus minerals from a basaltic magma. Oxide minerals may form distinct oxide-rich cumulus layers or may accumulate in basalt magma. Magnetites saturates in the magma and preferentially incorporates vanadium and settles rapidly to the chamber floor. Vanadium in magnetite layers decreases upwards in the upper zone, between 1.3% to about 0.28%.